Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Monday, the 8th of April 2019. So starting off in the pound, we're still stuck in a sideways range. The market down on Friday, but coming off the lows as we approach the 200 bar moving average there. And prices up on the overnight. Let's look at this in a bit more detail. So Friday, see the market was trading sideways, and then we headed south. This is the non-farm payrolls, which we'll come to in just a moment when we look at the Dow. The dollar gaining strength and the pound being forced lower. You see a bit of buying coming into the market here, prices coming off the low, and the support returning to the market there. Overnight, prices have continued to move to the upside. We're also above the DP level, which is bullish, and I'll just bring this back. You'll see that we have the 200 bar moving average here to negotiate in order to move higher. Now politically, what have we got? PM clings on to hope of compromise deal. That's the best she's going to hope for this week. We're heading towards the 12th. Wednesday's D-Day really, as she heads back to Brussels to see if she can get the extension that she wants, the letter that she wrote the other day asking for this. So we'll just have to wait and see. But from a chart perspective, we're still stuck in this range. It still amazes me every time I look at this chart. And in fact, we have a situation here where we've got a triangle formation there, which tend to break out to the downside, this type of formation where the support breaks. But any intervention, of course, would see the market move to the upside. But at the moment, you've got that downtrend, the market struggling, squeezes the pressure, and then can send the market on the downside there. Now news, let me just mention this whilst I'm here. There is no news today, as you'll see from the Forex Factory site. And there you go, no news for today. Official, the software showing the same. However, on Friday, I did bring to your attention that there was something wrong here. Got to the bottom of it. Forex Factory have been taken over, and we've got to update the link in the software. So there will be an update in the software this week at some point to bring this back up to speed. So the news will then be reappearing in the software. But just going back to the news this week, the main event is this one on Wednesday, FOMC meeting minutes, and also the interest rate news. Also, I was just distracted there slightly because we've got the ECB conference as well. That's the one on Wednesday. That's the one I was on about with May. There is a big European meeting this week. But other than that, there's not a lot of other news around for this week. A bit more well, it's all Wednesday actually. If you look at Wednesday, that's the main event really. So not a lot happening. You see the interest rates in Europe remain at zero. You can see these going negative going forward as well. So Wednesday, that's the news day, but there's not an awful lot until then. And in the Dow, if we start off with the daily chart, this coming off the highs on Friday, I think the market have moved really to the upside given the news that we saw on Friday, where the payroll figures were at 200,000. Let's just scroll back a bit here. Actually, I've gone too far there. There we go, 7th of April. And here you can see the unemployment change, 196,000, forecast 172, 33 in January. So big boost to the markets, as I said in Friday's alert. And it all looked great on paper to start with. You can see how everything converged here down at the 200 bar moving average. Figures came out, the market rallied about 90 points and then couldn't make any headway in the main event, with prices sideways to lower and then coming back below the 200 bar moving average. And on the overnight market, we are below the 200 bar and the DP level, which begs the question, If the market can't get up to this sort of level, the all-time highs, with figures like this, where it was 33,000 for February, and then March comes out 196,000 new jobs, then it makes you wonder if this market is actually going to hold here. It looks like we've got an issue, and when we look at the volume, we can see the market's been going up on fresh air, but I was surprised that they didn't take advantage of this. So we'll see what happens today. There's no news, no major news tomorrow, only Wednesday, so I would expect the market to be quite soft for the next couple of days. Meanwhile, in Bitcoin, this is still moving higher. It needs to take out the high up here that we can see. So let me just draw this in. This high of 5349 needs to be taken out in order to move higher there. So let's see how this gets on. We've not seen any major buying since the market broke out a week ago there. And what else have we got here? Oh yes, relating to Bitcoin. Let's just get rid of this. We can see the average trading range is starting to increase, but if we go back to December, we haven't quite got the range yet, where we've got some nice intraday moves, but it's certainly moving in the right direction. So I thought I'd just bring this to your attention as well. And then finally, the yield is back above the inverted yield curve territory there, and still moving sideways to high. But we'll come back and look at this periodically. And I think that brings us up to speed. We looked at the 5 minute of the Dow, see where prices are, the finding support at the moment. And also the pound has got that resistance at the 200 bar moving average. So we'll see how we go today with the markets not having any economic news. It's all going to be politically driven as far as the pound is concerned. And yeah, let's see if Bitcoin can take out this resistance level they've got at 5349. Okay, that will do it for this one. And I will report in if there is anything, but otherwise, as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.